I have been doing casino affiliate marketing now for 8 years, and I haven't really been doing a video talking a bit about the things that I wish I would have done differently or all of the mistakes that I've been running into. But I actually think I did, but it's always good to refresh the content and stuff like that. So this video is going to be 15 lessons I wish that I've learned earlier, because I think that all of these 15 things are super important and they can really help you with reaching your goals way faster. My name is Adam. I'm running this YouTube channel, obviously. I'm also working a lot with casino affiliate marketing. It's still my kind of main job. This is just my kind of hobby thing. I also run a school community, which is called CasinoAffMastery, same as this YouTube channel. You can find a link for it in the description. It's a lot of very cool and nice people inside of the community. So if you want to also access, I think it's a 50 video long course inside of there that is more like, A to Z. You just go through the videos, and hopefully at the end of the whole course, you are not going to make any of these mistakes. And hopefully after watching this video, you're not going to make these mistakes either. So, so that was my quick pitch on that. I'm pretty bad at pitching and selling, but who cares? Let's go into the slides of the 15 things that I wish I knew earlier. The first one is something that I talk about a lot, especially inside of my course, because I really want to help people manage their expectations, and I also really want to help people get through this mindset of instant gratification, because I think that that is what a lot of people are looking for when they are going to YouTube and they want to learn something new, how to make, 50,000 euro a month after 7 days. If someone tells you that that is possible, probably they are very unrealistic in their goals, or they're just trying to bait you into buying some super expensive shit that you probably don't even need. It's in many, especially in many serious business ventures, it's very hard to get fast results. That is basically the nature of running a business. If you want to trade your time for money, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing that, but then you have to get a job, basically, a job that's paying you hourly or monthly, and then you know that the time you're putting in, the money you're going to get back. But in business, it is not like that. Everything is going to take time. Mostly it's going to take you a lot of time to learn a lot of stuff, depending on where you start. If you already kind of know a lot and you are maybe going through my YouTube channel or course and you're starting to implement the things that I'm talking about, then it's going to be faster. But now I'm also talking about the delayed gratification that is happening after you've launched, after you started. Because the nature of this is also that casino affiliate marketing is quite competitive. Is a lot of people that are fighting for the players and for the traffic, and it is going to take you time to build this one up. So that's why I wanted to include this one early, to manage people's expectations. I am here for the long haul to help people really, learn the basics, learn the fundamentals, build your business slow and steady, and hopefully in the future you are going to see the results of all of the hard work that you're putting in. I had problems with this when I got started. I saw all of my friends that were making a lot of money with casino affiliate marketing, and I was struggling in the beginning and I didn't really feel like anything was happening. A very good thing here was that I had my friends that was making a lot of money with casino affiliate marketing, so they gave me the proof of concept that it's actually very possible to make a lot of money with this. Hopefully I can be your proof of concept that this is possible. I mean, before I started with this, I was in law school. I didn't really have that much money, and I didn't really know if I even wanted to be a lawyer. I found this, and after a while I started to see the results, and now I've been doing this for 8 years and I'm still seeing great results. So yeah, if you can get past this first, kind of delayed gratification thing, you're going to also learn this for other things in your life, delayed gratification. Let's say that you want to, lose weight. There's also going to be delayed gratification. If you want to build muscle, there's going to be delayed gratification. If you want to practice running, 10 kilometers and you are not able to do that right now, you have to practice. That is also going to require delayed gratification. So it's actually in everything. So I think learning this is very important. I wrote here also that the compound effect in doing casino affiliate marketing is actually kind of true, because once you start making money and once you have your, kind of your methods and you kind of know how everything works, making you scale pretty fast as well. So like I wrote here as well, play the long game and then you're going to be fine. And also if you feel like maybe you don't have time to wait, maybe you cannot wait for 3-6 months before you make money, maybe this is not something that is going to be suitable for you. So that is also something good to keep in mind. The next thing I wanted to add here is not listening or asking others for advice. I think that this is something that is very important and most often neglected. Asking a question to someone that has been doing something for a really long time, and that is someone that is very good at something, it takes them maybe, 3 minutes or 5 minutes to reply to one of your questions, and it can save you a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of hurdles just by asking a simple question to someone. Like, for example, you're asking me, let's say you want to book a free call with me. You can do that as well in the comment section or in the description. And you ask me one question, like, should I start in the US market? And I say, I don't think so, because it's a very hard market, it's very regulated. And boom, you start in another market instead. And I just save you a lot of time and not going into the US market. That was just like a kind of very simple example. But I had friends that was doing this. I actually tried to ask them a lot, but I didn't really get the response I was looking for. So I was doing a lot of things by myself. And I think sometimes I'm looking back, wishing that maybe I was pushing them a bit more, like really, can I buy you a cup of coffee or beer, and I can ask you a couple of questions and stuff like that. Also going to the forums, gpwa.org, really good forum. Obviously, asking me questions, joining my community is a great way to ask questions and listening to advice. So do this in everything in your life. Just ask someone that is better than you, because that is the best way to learn. And also ask many different people, because then you also get a bunch of different, inputs, and then you can use this to form your own opinion. Maybe that's also really good, because everyone you're asking is not going to have the answer. So also be critical to what people are telling you, including me. Waiting too long to get started. Actually, I mean, I kind of did the reverse here. I got started very fast, a bit too fast. I think the day after I heard about casino affiliate marketing, I set up my website, super ugly website. But I think maybe what I mean here is that I got started and then I kind of started delaying everything again, because I was just researching and I didn't really take the action I think that I would have needed in order to actually, reach the levels I am at now faster. So when I say getting started, I don't really mean that you have to jump, head first, build a website and do all of that stuff. But if you're only watching YouTube videos, if you're only like here watching my videos for a year, and you really feel like, oh, I really want to get started, but I haven't started yet, the level of entry in casino affiliate marketing is actually relatively low. I have a video on it's like a 17-minute video on how to set everything up, and you can probably follow that video, and in 3 hours you have just a base template website set up. And after that, you can start experimenting with that, and then you're going to learn way more than just watching YouTube videos. I can leave a link for that video as well in the description, so you can find that one. The next one is waiting too long to launch a website. I am talking a lot about, especially inside of my course, that people should not launch their website immediately. They should build their website in staging mode, basically, having the doors closed. You don't move your website to your domain. You're not putting it public, because you want to work on the website first, get everything set up. You want to add all of your base content, so that when you do launch your website, Google is going to crawl your website and find all of the information that they want to see on your website. For example, contact information, about us page, a home page that explains what the website is about, maybe a privacy policy, maybe 1 or 2 pages about your niche. Maybe it's about casino bonuses, just so that once you launch, it's going to be a bigger bang when you launch. You don't launch like an empty WordPress website with no information. That doesn't make sense. But I also do see people that are waiting too long. They build their website in staging mode, and they are trying to perfect everything, and they are building tons and tons of content. At one point, maybe they have 30 pages before launching. And I don't think that that is a good idea either, because it's also like the longer your website has been live, the better it is, because the faster you can get your rankings, because you have like a sandbox period and stuff like that. So don't wait too long to launch your website. Don't wait for it to be 100% perfect. So launch it, improve it. And also I usually say that the first website you create is not going to be maybe the website that you're making all of your money on anyway, because you're going to take the things that you learn launching your first website. Maybe at one point you're going to launch a second one that is going to be better than the first one, or you work on both of them. But this is something to keep in mind. Also, don't launch too fast, I guess, is my other tip here. But find the sweet spot. not outsourcing early enough. Interestingly, what I've seen with my students inside of the community is that a lot of them have really picked up on everything that I'm teaching them. For example, outsourcing. I see that a lot of my students are starting to outsource very early. They're finding really good content writer. They are finding outreach managers that can score them good backlinks. I didn't really do this too early. I was actually sitting and writing some of my content myself, even though I kind of hated it. When I run into an issue with my website, I try to fix it myself instead of just going to Upwork and find maybe a good developer that can fix it for me. The flip side of this is that it's always good to learn stuff before you start outsourcing them, because then you kind of know what to teach someone. My personal strategy is to learn something so that I can then like kind of mold and teach the outsourcing person exactly how I want it, instead of just blindly hire someone. Let's say that you hire an SEO expert and tell them like, oh, do my SEO, and then you have no idea what's that kind of going on. So I don't think that that is the best way to outsource either. I want to create a team under me so I know exactly what everyone is doing, so I can kind of control the situation and everything. So start to outsource early. Obviously, maybe it's a question of budget, but you can always maybe just start small and outsource small things, because it's going to free up a lot of your time to focus on other stuff. This is just like a funny one that I added, pretending to be more successful than I am. I'm not talking about like being successful in front of like family and friends and stuff like that. But when I created my website, I really wanted it to look like it was a huge company that was behind the website, and that we've been in the industry for 5 million years and we were making this and this much, and kind of like trying to promise the affiliate managers, the casinos that we're working with, how much like revenue they can make working with me. And then I'm just like, I run this huge company and stuff like that. And I kind of realized that you don't have to do this. You can just talk to the affiliate managers just as if you are a normal person that just got started. You can say to them that at the moment I might not be able to send you that much traffic, but I'm looking forward to having a very long lasting, partnership with you guys. So I think that this type of humility and honesty, it really opens the door to a genuine partnership with the casinos. And this is also how you make friends with affiliate managers. And I also kind of push that. Become friends with affiliate managers that are nice to you, because it's going to make the whole experience more fun. And it's also going to give you benefits, because if an affiliate manager likes you, you have a lot of benefits to get from that. You can get better deals, you can get a higher price on flat fees and stuff like that. So my point here is just be yourself and everything is going to be completely fine. This is one I run into a lot with my students, and I think in my course I was pushing this a bit too much, how you can negotiate better deals and the best deals with operators. And this is true. It is actually true, because I think a lot of people that doesn't know about my advice kind of get very bad deals with operators. But if you focus too much on just sitting and negotiating deals, finding new operators, and maybe like decide to not work with someone just because they're not giving you the exact deals you want, you're taking a lot of time doing that from the most important thing, and that is driving traffic. Because if you don't have any traffic, it doesn't matter if your CPA is like 5,000 per player, because if you're not sending any players, it doesn't matter. So get decent deals, good deals with operators that you want to promote, and then focus on your traffic. And once you have your traffic, and once you can start evaluating the brands that you have on your website, maybe then you're in a position that you can negotiate higher deals with operators. So I got to a point when I actually had a lot of traffic and I could send a lot of players to the casinos. So then I could start focusing on getting the best deals with operators, because then I wanted to start monetizing the traffic that I had. So this one is, I think, very important. So keep this one in mind. Overcomplicating my website design. My first website was horrible. I think I downloaded, like 40 plugins for it, because I found a plugin that did something cool with the header image or whatever it was. I spent so much time on doing weird stuff with my websites that when I'm looking back at it, didn't have any impact at all on how well it was going to convert. I'm talking a lot about simplicity and speed and clarity and a good user experience. A website doesn't have to be beautiful for you to be able to make money with it. Obviously, we want to have a website that is kind to the eyes. You want a website that is easy to navigate. You want to have nice contrastful colors and stuff like that. But it doesn't have to have 1 million weird, functions that a user doesn't really care about anyway, because what I think is that a user cares about coming to your website, it loads fast, and they can find the casinos with the best bonuses or the best casinos as easy as possible on your website. You want to have a big, button, a call to action button that they can click so they can go to the casino. So you don't really care about people staying on your website and doing all of this maybe filtering stuff. You really just wanted to make it easier for your visitors to go to a casino, because that is what is going to make you money, sending them to a casino. So my tip here is to go to a bunch of casino affiliate websites, see what they look like, and kind of just mimic what they're doing. Obviously, don't just completely steal a website design, but just get a lot of inspirations from others. I can actually show you one of the designs that I'm teaching inside of my community in my course. So if you're following the steps in the course, this is a website that you can have built in a very short amount of time. It looks like this. I think that this is a very clean website. This is a staging version that is called Casino Website. But I think if I were a user for one of these websites and I came to this one, it's like super clear. I mean, you have the casinos here, and then you can just play at them at any time you want. Obviously, there's a lot of content here and stuff like that. Yeah, this is how I build websites, and this is how I also teach people to build websites. It's a lot easier than you think, especially if you use like following steps. And here is like a review page. So yeah, I'm not really working with Betway. It's just an example here. But yeah, this is how I build them, and I think that they are working great. It's good for the user. It's easy to manage the website as well. Basically, it's like adding new casinos like this. So yeah, trying to find shortcuts. I think this one is pretty self-explanatory. If you feel like something is too hard to do and you're trying to find a shortcut to do it, maybe you shouldn't. I think there's a difference between trying to refine a process and finding shortcuts. A very good example for this is to just go to ChatGPT and generate tons and tons of content because you are too lazy to either prompt your content really well with ChatGPT, or that you are too lazy or too cheap to hire a really good content writer. I think that that is one of the best examples. There are no really shortcuts in SEO. You cannot spam your website with cheap backlinks because that's not going to work. There's a lot of things that doesn't work in SEO, things that people think is going to work, because my own teachings is to build short and steady, build a strong foundation that is going to be immune to any type of Google updates that is going to come in the future. And many of the Google updates in the past has actually been benefiting me. And I think that the reason for this is because I've been building stuff slow and steady, not trying to find these shortcuts. So I wrote here, sustainable growth takes consistency. And I think that this is true. Not diversifying my operating markets early enough. What I mean with this is that if you have a website that is up and running and you're happy with everything, it's completely super optimized, you kind of have your blueprint. So if you have your blueprints, it's pretty easy to just duplicate this website, open it up to a new market, have your content translated, or have a new content writer to write new content for you in a different market, just find new casinos. And this is a really good way to scale a product. Don't do this too early though, because you don't want to scale something that you don't really know is working or not. I started in the UK market. I was sticking to the UK market for quite a long time before I started working in the German market. But once I started in the German market as well, I started very quickly to expand to many different markets. Think about this as well. It's also kind of fun, to try different markets and see which one is working the best. And it's also kind of, shooting with a shotgun to see what is going to hit. The more markets you have, the bigger the chances are that you're going to succeed in at least one of them. So do this as well. Not building an email list sooner. I really wish that the first website that I had that had a surprising amount of traffic, that I didn't start my email list sooner, because I would have been able to collect so many more email addresses if I did that. I have a video on how I'm doing this. I'm going to put it in the description as well. And if I forget, just go to the YouTube channel and find that one. It's about retargeting and email and stuff like that. I think that this is really important. Maybe you don't need to do it, on day one, but if you see that you're starting to get some visitors, this is an amazing way to control your traffic, to re-engage people that has been visiting your website, send them back to the website, retarget them with bonus offers and stuff like that. So yeah, do this as well. Underestimating the importance of tracking. I actually started learning this very late. I actually started learning this now when I started working with a new company that is very heavy into really start tracking the different pages, the conversion rates with the different casinos and stuff like that. So I'm kind of still pretty bad in doing this, but this is something that I really want to improve myself, because I do believe that the better you are at tracking stuff, the easier it is for you to be able to get an overview of what is working. Obviously, I've been tracking traffic, and if I see that a concept or a niche is working, I'm going to focus on that one more. But now I'm talking about tracking the performance of the different casinos on maybe different pages in different countries. There's a lot of tools to do this. You can use Pretty Links. You can also use Plausible. You can connect your Google Analytics to do this. You can also ask your affiliate managers to give you different tracking links. You can probably get them yourself inside of the dashboard of your affiliate program. So don't go completely overboard with this, especially if you're completely new. Don't spend too much time on this. But I think that this is a really good thing to do. So yeah, start tracking the things that you feel are important to you. Not understanding the affiliate terms and conditions. Quite a few times I've ended up not really knowing everything there is about a deal that I'm agreeing on. For example, the payout terms, the no negative carryover, a lot of stuff that I'm going through in another video on my YouTube channel. I forgot what it is called, so I'm going to also link it in the description. It is about like negotiating deals with operators and stuff like this. I'm having checklists inside of this video for all of the things that you need to be aware of. But yeah, I've lost a lot of money not really going through all of these terms and conditions. Not the biggest thing though, because usually they are pretty similar, all of the terms, but still learning about affiliate terms and conditions, I think it's very important to do early on. Another pro advice is if you're selling flat fees or listing fees, always get paid before you list a casino. That is kind of like the most important thing. Never list someone before they pay, because that can cause a lot of arguments and discussions that are completely unnecessary. I forgot to put a number here, so I don't really know which this one is, but being afraid of competition, I think that a lot of people ask me, especially in the free calls that you can book through the description, they're asking me, but isn't casino affiliate marketing too saturated? Isn't the competition too high? And I say that, yeah, the competition is very high, and that is because there's a lot of money to make in this. But in reality, you don't really need a big market share in order to make money with this. You can penetrate a market that is already has a lot of competition, but as long as you can just claim a small market share of this market, you can still make quite a lot of money. So don't be afraid of competition. Focusing on the wrong metrics. In the beginning, I was kind of obsessed with my domain rating. It's Ahrefs' own way of calculating a website's basically authority. And I was looking at this too much, and I was kind of obsessed with this, and I don't understand to this day. I don't understand why I cared so much, because this is a very arbitrary metric. I was also looking a lot on my speed scores and all of these other weird health scores and stuff like that. Obviously, this is important, but I was spending so much money and efforts trying to get all of these to like 100 when I know that that is not 100% necessary. I was also a bit obsessed with getting as much traffic, I know this sounds counterintuitive, as traffic as possible. I was creating these weird blog posts with very high search volume that I kind of knew wasn't going to convert anyway, but I created them anyway because I really wanted the traffic. But then I kind of understood that what matters the most is how much money you're making. So you can make way more money on a page with lower traffic, but with a really strong user intent, with a very high monetary value. So for example, if you're ranking for best no deposit bonuses, which basically doesn't require a visitor to make a deposit in order to get a bonus, compared to if you're ranking for best online casinos or like, you know, high roller casinos and stuff like that. Obviously the value is going to be way higher with these keywords, even though the volume of visitors is going to be lower. I think another metric that I was also kind of obsessed with was how many words I was posting every week. I just wanted to spam as much content on my website as possible because I thought that that is going to be the thing that is going to make me the most money. But then I kind of took a step back from that and started to focus way more on quality rather than quantity. So yeah, another very interesting video from me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or book a free call with me also in the description. That would be amazing. Until I see you in my next video, have an amazing day. Bye bye.